live with this. Is that
so? Does it hurt?
Yes.
No pain?
Hi, I'm Dr. V. Boykin, a former single mom, stripper, felon, now doctor, keynote speaker, and author of Fix Your Face and Watch Your Tone. I help marginalized communities achieve a more equitable personal and professional experience. I talk a lot about issues that go on in the state that I live in, which is Arizona. I did not think I would be talking about this, but Arizona never ceases to surprise me. So in Yuma, Arizona, there is a tattoo artist that recently tattooed, with parental consent and apparently encouragement, a 9-year-old girl. The mom in me is like, ah! However, it's an interesting thing that happened because the tattoo is a tattoo of an American flag. And I'll link the actual article so you can read all about it. And the tattoo artist said parents wanted this young girl to have this tattoo. And by the way, what she actually wanted was a tattoo of Donald Trump. I convinced her to get an American flag.
Wrong.
Now, it also goes on to say that the parents weren't originally from the United States. And in the culture that they come from, it is very common for girls to get tattoos or children to get tattoos around this age.
Okay. All right.
I'm not familiar with the culture. I'm certainly not an expert on their culture. I'm not an expert on their family or their family dynamics. And I definitely believe that parents and children have a sacred relationship that I may just need to mind my own business. Here's why I find this interesting and why I'm talking about it. Because I remember my grandmother always told me never get a $50 tattoo someplace that can ruin a $500 dress. Really great advice. Not advice I always followed. Advice I definitely wish I would have always followed. But that being said, she said that because she didn't want me to make a decision when I was younger that would affect me the rest of my life. And it brings up the question, as people are debating about this child that now has a tattoo that will stay with her for the rest of her life. My question is, do we have to hold people accountable to a singular point in time choice they made for the rest of their life?
That's a good question.
And this plays out several different ways. Let's look at it in the workplace. You're on a project with someone and they do something and you don't like it. You feel disrespected by it. The choice that they made violates your personal ethics, not physical space, but personal ethics. My question is, how long do you hold that against them? Does that truly mean that you will never,
Forever, forever, ever, forever, ever.
again, interact with them or think positively about them? Or can they never rehabilitate their image from that one choice they made?
Yep.
Do you as a human being have a right to hold them accountable for this for the next 3 years that you're working at the company?
It's possible.
Do you have a right if you go to another company and maybe they're applying and you're asked, and even though it's not supposed to work this way, we know that it does, do you say something bad about them because of this one singular point in time? Not a pattern of behavior, but this one decision.
I feel like a bad person.
Do we have to hold people's feet to the fire for one decision that they make? The question comes up again. Let's say that it's personal. Let's say that you have a friendship and a friend said something about a new relationship you were in, or something about a marital event that happened that you shared in confidence, and you didn't like it. You didn't agree with it. Does that mean you're never friends again? Is there a path to forgiveness? Is there a path to understanding? Is there a path to compassion in our personal and professional lives? Do we really have to think, this 9-year-old has a tattoo on her arm, her life is ruined?
Yes, just kidding. No.
Do we really have to think, this person offended me one time and I just can't get down with them anymore? Like, we're not going to hang out and I'm not going to partner with you. Do we have to be so quick to make sweeping judgments based on singular point-in-time decisions that we label that person with forever? And I'm talking about innocuous things, small things like a tattoo. That doesn't fundamentally change who that person is or alter who they'll become in their life. It doesn't. It's a superficial thing. Well, it's a little deeper than superficial, but I think you understand what I'm saying. I would like us all to consider, as you map out your career, as you think through how you want to interact with your colleagues, as you think about how you want to interact in your personal relationships, that perhaps you don't need to hold someone's feet to the fire.
This is fine.
Without any room for forgiveness, modification, learning, growth, development. Would we all just be a bit more compassionate? And if we are, what would that mean to the decisions that we then are free to make? I am definitely much more than the decisions that I've made when I didn't have better decisions, or when I didn't create better decisions, or when I didn't know better, or when I simply had less information. It would be great if all of us could find just one way to forgive someone. Now, look, if they've harmed you in a way that's irreparable, that's like physically harmful, mentally damaging, serious offenses, you may forgive them and keep it moving and they're never in your life again. But in the workplace, especially, is there a way you can offer forgiveness, compassion, empathy, understanding, and decide to turn a page and work with this person again with awareness, with guardrails? But do we have to put everyone on the no-fly list for simply making one singular mistake? It's something I'm definitely going to be thinking about because I've been guilty. But I think that the same compassion and empathy I want extended to myself needs to be a priority for me to extend to others. What do you think? If you liked or learned from this content, please subscribe or comment below and be part of spreading the word and helping my channel grow.